Hey, what's cracking, everybody? On today's video, I'm going to be using the Prime Builder on StormOS. This is a request from one of the comments that I got. Someone asked if I could test it out on StormOS. So here we are, taking a look at StormOS. So I believe this latest ISO was released on September 22nd. And I just did a first look at StormOS, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. But we're going to use it now to see if the Prime Builder will work with StormOS. All right, so this is the way it looks once you get it installed. And you can see right here we have desktop icons, we have the panel on the bottom, and it's pretty much it's an XFCE desktop environment, so that's one thing to note. So I guess one of the first things I want to do is set up a background that I want to use. So this is going to be a custom build. Let's see what this background looks like. All right. Let's just go with this generic XFCE. Or let me see if I find another. Yeah, that'll work for me. And desktop icons. I'm going to go ahead and hide the desktop icons because I don't want them to show up on the custom build. Let's see, nothing over here, nothing over here. All right, so now also, let's see, I already installed the applications that I use. So I have LX Terminal pinned to the panel, I have Pluma, and I have Nemo. But also let me add a web browser to it. So let me go to Internet, Firefox, and I'm gonna add to panel. But you can see it added it all the way to the right over here. So what I'm gonna do is go to Panel Preferences, and then under Items, I'm gonna get this Firefox, and I'm gonna move it all the way up to the top. All right, now it's where I wanted it. Now I can close this. So I have all the pinned applications the way I want them. Okay, now, so I changed the wallpaper. Let's do some appearance. So right now the style is on Skews Violet Dark. I believe this is the original theme that it comes set up with. I had changed it up a bit, but you can select any theme you want. You got Add White or Dark. You got the one that it comes with. You got Arc Black Ice. So let me open up a file manager, see how that looks. That looks pretty cool. Let me move this over here. All right. Then you got these skew themes, but I'm just going to leave it on that one. As far as the icons, I can use the Manjaro, Elementary, the regular standard Koger Dark, or you can download a custom theme. So you know what? Let's try that on this video. Let's let me close this. Let me close this. I'm going to open up Firefox, and let's Gnome Look. Okay, we can do Gnome Look. Let's open up Gnome Look. Okay, so I downloaded all the themes that I wanted, and I opened up the LinuxHub websites. But before I get into that, let's go ahead and apply some of these themes that I downloaded. So let's see. We can do the Magna Dark. Let me open up a. All right, you can see what this theme looks like now, and I'll leave that there. Now the icons. Let's take a look at the icons. Do the Magna Glassy. All right. Now you can see the icons that I'm using now. All right. So this folder looks weird, but the regular folders do have a custom thing, I guess because of the name of them. All right. And in my downloads folder is where I have all the themes that I downloaded. So I don't need these anymore. I can just go ahead and I can delete those. Okay. And I'll go back to home. Let's see, did I put any other icons? Camellias, and the Magna. All right, I'll just stick with those. So this is the theme and the icons that we're going to use. So I got my wallpaper, I got my themes, I got my icons, and you can see as far as on the panel, I have my pinned applications. So I have LX Terminal, Pluma, Nemo, and Firefox. Okay, so now coming on here, I will click on the LinuxHub primebuilder. Make this bigger. You see right here, the primebuilder will build you a custom ISO using Arch ISO and Arch install. And of course, I already installed these programs. I pretty much downloaded everything already, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of this video. So what I would do is I would open up the programs we need to install, and I'll copy these. And then what I'll do is I'll place them into a terminal. So right here, I'll just copy and paste. And then you can see right here, it's nothing to do because they're already installed. So now next, I'll do this command right here. And then from here, I just follow all of the steps. And you can see I've already done it on Archman Linux and I've done it on CatchyOS. But now we're doing it on StormOS. Okay, so it's going through the process. Bam, and it opens up. All right, so from right here, what we're going to do is create, starting by clicking on this proceed button. So this tool will be used to create a custom Arch build that you can share with friends and family. So you're basically making a respin using StormOS. Click on proceed. So I'm going to call this StormOS respin version 7.0. You name it, whatever you want to name it. And then I'll click on OK. Now we're going to open up the images that we want to edit for the installer. So I'll click on this. It opens up GIMP and it'll open up all the images you need to install. All right, so this, I'm going to just do a simple overlay. I am going to just fill it black, and then I'm going to add some text. So right here, I'm just going to type respin installer. And then for the filters, I am going to give it a shadow. But you know what? Let me select it all first. I don't know why, it's just a force of habit. Probably didn't need to do that, but it's just a force of habit. So I'm going to bring this down to 0. And the shadow, let's give it a cool look. That works for me. Let me see on the grow radius. Can I change this? You know, that's fine right there. Now I'm just going to center it. All right, and now I have to overwrite it. On my last video, I forgot to overwrite one of the images and ended up showing just this regular splash screen. But this one, I'm going to do the same thing, just fill, then I'll add my text. And then select it all and repeat the drop shadow. All right, and then I'm just going to center it. All right, that looks about good to me. So I don't want to forget this time, so I have to overwrite. And then on the wallpaper for the installer, I'm actually gonna put an image over it. So let's navigate to our backgrounds folder. And I can select any one of these right here. So what do I want to use for my background installer? You know what? Okay, no preview on that one, preview on that one. All of these look like they're StormOS, but let me go into the XFCE folder Oh, the same files are in here also. You know what? For the sake of this video, let's go back into the browser and let's download an image. And let's go to images. So let me see what this one looks like. All right, I'll put this, no, it's too small. So let me get a large image. It's one of the things I hate about Google search. You ask for 4K wallpapers and it gives you something that's, you know, small. It's stupid as hell. Let's see. Okay. Let's do save image as in my downloads folder. I'll save it there. Open GIMP back up. Navigate to my downloads folder. And I'll put this one on top of it. All right. And looks like I might have to shrink it down some. Alrighty. Scale. All right. If I want to put some text on top of this, you can. But, well, you know what? Let's try that. And I'll just put, and let me make this bigger. Let's see, change the color. Or do I want to leave it that color? I'll leave it that color. Let me see, make it bolder. Nah, I'll leave it like that. Now let me just center it. So this is the image that's going to go in the ISO. So this is just an example of what you can do. So I'm going to reshow drop shadow and zero this out. And the color, I'll give it like a purple tint. Just keep it in line with the theme itself. The theme of the image, of course. All right, I'm happy with that. Now all I got to do is overwrite it. It's overwritten. All my images are overwritten. So what I can do is I can close. I don't need those changes. All right. So basically, I got all my theming set up. So I have my icons, my themes, pretty much everything set up the way I want it. All right. So now I click on proceed. All right. Now, if there's other wallpapers you want to show up on your custom respin, you can open up this folder right here and just drop them all in here. So, you know, you just open up wherever you have those folders and put them into this folder right here. All right, but or you could just skip this step. So I'll proceed. Next, we're going to copy all of our customized files. So from here, you know what? One thing I want to check first: do I have hidden files showing? I do not, because it'll copy that setting of hidden files. So I just don't want that setting to show up. All right, so we're going to close that. Copy all the customized files. So depending on how many files you have, you know, you may want to check your system. This could take a minute or two, but usually it doesn't take that long. We'll see it right now in action. This is live, unedited, and you'll see that it shouldn't take that long at all. Typically less than a minute, but like I said, depending on your system, if you got a lot of stuff on your system, then it might take longer. But that's done. So we'll click on proceed. And now we can remove any files we want from the custom build. So you can skip this step also. But from right here, this is our desktop, the way it's going to, this is the default desktop, the way it's going to look. And now I'm going to show the hidden files to see what I don't want to transfer over. All right, so I know this compass, so I might have to add compass to the installer. So now I'm going to proceed, and it says manually edit file to install desktop. So from right here, there's a section that says add desktop here, and this is XFCE4, so I'm going to do XFCE4. Okay, and then XFCE4 goodies, Nemo for a pinned app, Bluma for a pinned app, LX Terminal for a pinned app, And I saw some files in there for Compass, so I might have to install Compass. And I'll just go goodies, Nemo, Pluma, LX Terminal, and Compass. Let me just search. I'm just going to search Google Compass Arch Linux. All right, then go to all. So go to the Arch Wiki and take a look at a Compass. Okay, installation. There are 2 versions of Compass available. The 0.8 series, which is written in C, and the 0.9 series, which is complete rewrite. Okay, so how do I install it? It doesn't tell me. Compass maintainers are long pair as well as Compass 0.8 is developed by the Compass Reloaded. So I'm not seeing on here how to install Compass. Is it just typing Compass? Let me open up a terminal and let's type it. Sudo pacman s com. Is it with a Z? Yeah, Compass. Okay, so just Compass. So I'm not going to install it on here. So go back to this file and I'm going to add Compass. All right, is there anything else I want to install? Let's do fast fetch. So, all right, so I got, nope, I spelled that wrong. Fast fetch. All right, so basically if there's anything you want to install, you'll put it right here. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and now save, and I'll close this file. All right, and I can minimize the browser, and I can minimize this. Well, let me just click on this. All right, so I'm done with that. Now, if I want to add any AUR packages, I can click on this button. You can skip this section. So for the sake of this video, let me just open it up. And up here it says to add custom AUR packages, uncomment last line, and replace app 1, app 2, app 3 with desired apps. So all the way on the bottom, you have a commented outline. But if I uncomment it, you just add app 1, app 2, app 3 with your desired apps. But I'm not going to worry about this right now. Just going to save this, close it, and proceed. All right, and that's pretty much it. Everything is pretty much done now. So all I have to do is build the custom ISO. So right here, I'll just click on Build Custom ISO, and it's going to do everything for me. So right here, you can see the name of the system, StormOS Respin version 7.0. And right here, this is going to take like 10 or 15 minutes. So give it some time to do its thing. Go make yourself a cup of coffee, go smoke a cigarette, go make a sandwich, whatever you do in that time, just go ahead and do it and let this do its job. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right now. And when we come back, we'll copy over the ISO to my system and open it up in a virtual machine. The ISO was created successfully, and it is placed in a folder on your desktop that is called Output. So up in here, we have our StormOS Respin version 7.0. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to copy it over to my actual desktop. That way I can boot it up in a virtual machine, and we can take a look at it. So right here, I'll open up my desktop folder, and I'll just place it in here. And I'll replace, because I had tested it out earlier. So I'm just going to re-copy it over to the system, and then we can play with it. Now, depending on your system, it should copy over quick like it is doing here. So you can see it's less than a minute, and it's pretty much copied over, and that's completed. Typically, this ISO has 4 gigabytes of memory and 60 gigabyte hard drive. So it's pretty much the requirements to build a system. To install the system itself, you don't need that much resources, but to use the builder, it's recommended 4 gigabyte hard memory and a 60 gigabyte hard drive. Okay, You could probably get away with less, but that's what's recommended. All right, so I'm done here on the StormOS actual desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. And then we're going to load up our custom respin. So from here, what I'll do is I'll load the custom downloaded. So here it is, StormOS respin. All right, it is an Arch-based system. And as far as resources, I'm gonna give it 4 gigabytes of memory, and I'll leave the default for 30 gigabytes of hard drive. All right, and now let's get to the installer. And as you can see right here, basically we have the custom splash that we created. Remember, you could create this however you want. This is just an example that I did for this video. All right, so we'll get this going, and it should automatically open up the desktop, and it will be an open box for the installer. Okay, and you can see right here, this is the background image that we edited. I just overlaid a wallpaper on top of it and put this text on here. But you could do it however you want, you know what I mean? And this is our installer. The installer will automatically open up, and this is the custom image that we placed on it. So I'll click on open the Prime installer. And from here, I'm going to call my user respin, and the password. Repeat the password. And then if you need to install NVIDIA drivers, you can do that. If you need to install LibreOffice, you can do that. If you need to install gaming helpers, you can do that. But I'm just going to leave everything default and click on OK. Now, the last step is going to be setting up our hard drive. Now, the other settings, you can use them also, but all you need to do is set up your hard drive. So I'm going to select my drive, and I'm going to choose ext4 as I always do. And if you want an LVM, you can do that. If you want a disk encryption, you can do that, but I'm not. I'm just going to click on install. Now, like I said, if you need to change the language, you can change the language. If you need to change anything else on the system, you can, but it's not required. So there, this is an overview of the installation that's going to happen. And that's it. From here, there's no more interactions. Everything is automatically done from here on out. So all you have to do is sit back and let it install. And this will be a 4 or 5 minute installation, so it's pretty quick. All right, so while this is installing, I'll pause the video, and when we come back, we'll reboot into our StormOS respin. I just got an error that came up, and it involved the Compass. So there was an error with installing Compass. So I guess Compass cannot be added using the regular Pacman installer. So I'm gonna redo the script again. Well, first let's let all this finish installing and see if everything worked. If not, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rebuild it, and I'm gonna remove the Compass and start this process all over again. So if it doesn't work, we're just gonna see me doing the installation again, but this time without the Compass. Okay, now I'm gonna reboot the system, and like I said, if it didn't work, all I'm gonna do is reboot this same virtual machine, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove Compass from the installer, and I'll show you how that can be done. Okay, so yeah, you can see right here that we have some failure with the installation, so I'm just gonna force shutdown, and then I'm gonna reboot it again. And all I'm gonna do is hit escape, hit 3 on my keyboard. That way it opens up the installer from scratch. Instead of rebuilding the entire ISO, basically I'm gonna remove Compass from the installer itself. And I'm gonna show you that process right now. So I am gonna add a note while we're using the Prime Builder. I am going to add a note right there that says, "Do not add Compass." That way, now that you hear me saying it now out loud, you'll know why that note was there. All right, our system has booted up now. So what I'm going to do is open up a file manager. All right, now I have to show the hidden files, and I'm going to go to my installer scripts. So we'll be under desktop JSON. And I'm going to open this with Pluma. and Compass. I'm going to remove Compass. All right, that's removed. Click on Save. Alrighty, and I can close the file manager down now. And now I'll just start the whole install process again. So as before, username is respin. Give it your passwords. And like I said, I'm going to leave everything as default. Then next, just set up the hard drive and click on install. All right, our installation is now completed, so we can reboot into our new system. So I'll click on the reboot button. And we have our panel that's loaded up. We're still waiting on our wallpaper. So let's give it a second, see what happens. Okay, there's our wallpaper now. All right, and we got a connection established for our internet connection. And this is the system. But one thing that I'm noticing here is that our panel has disappeared. So I'm not sure why the panel disappeared. Maybe it has something to do with some custom setting in StormOS itself. I'm not sure, but the panel did disappear. So let me open up the terminal emulator, and you can see right here we are respin at Prime Arch, and it's Arch Linux, virtual machine, kernel, and all the rest of the relevant info. All right, but why didn't the panel, why did it disappear? That I do not know. So let's open up Nemo, see if we can figure something out here. Okay, not only did the panel disappear, but it looks like all the controls for the window browsers have disappeared also. So let me go into, is there a settings? There is. Let's go into appearance. Let's see. Right now we're on Magna Dark. If we change it to Gradient Dark, does that change anything? Okay. Yeah, for some reason the controls look like they've disappeared. Set match and XM.4. What do you see if this does anything? Set it back on. It's kind of a weird phenomenon. But okay, well. Okay, so what I've done is I've reloaded the ISO, and now I am going to remove Compass from the regular installer, and then I'm going to add Compass to the AUR installer, see if that changes anything. And if it doesn't, then maybe someone can leave me a comment and let me know if they know exactly what the problem is here. All right, so right here, I am going to change the last line. I am going to uncomment, and I'm going to add Compass. All right, and I'll save that. And then I got to remove Compass from the desktop file. And save that. Okay, so now you're taking a look at my world as I build these systems. It's constantly redoing things to figure out problems, trial and error. So now this is just a glimpse into my world of when I'm coding something, how I have to figure everything out and then add it the way it's supposed to be added. So again, I'll go through the installer, give it the same info. So I'm not going to bore you with this part. I'll just go ahead and pause the video during the installation, and we'll come back and hopefully it'll work well. If it doesn't work well, then like I said, hopefully someone who's a little bit more savvy than I am can leave a comment and let me know exactly what they think the issue is. I'm pretty sure it's just a custom file that the StormOS developer uses. So it's just figuring out what file that is to get it all done right. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll pause the video right now. Okay, there's the panel. So we have the panel up here. So now it's just a matter of will it disappear once we get the wallpaper? And yep. So this is something that I don't know why it's happening. So the wallpaper disappears, but not the wallpaper. The panel disappears as soon as the wallpaper appears. So there's some setting on here that it's not working right. So got notes. Let's see, Nemo. Yeah, we open up Nemo. Yeah, so there's some weird artifact that happens with this system to where, and I don't know what it is. It has something to do with the. I'm thinking it's Compass or it's some type of desktop setting. So if someone knows what that could be, or if the developer of StormOS, if you see this video, and if you'd be kind enough to leave a comment as to how your custom system setting works, that'll be awesome. But as you can see, this is testing out the Prime Builder on StormOS. You do have a menu. You can work with a menu. You can work with everything. You just don't have a panel. The panel for some reason disappears, and I don't know why it disappears. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end this video for now. I'll play with it more in the future, see if I could figure it out on my own. And if not, maybe someone could leave some comments and point me into the right direction, and I'll take it from there. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video you just saw, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, by all means, give it a thumbs down. And that's going to do it for this video. And I'm out.